everybody, it's Laura. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a lovely half term. Today's video is another tutorial for the Disney 100 series, and this is the look that Angelina Jolie wore as Maleficent in the film of the same name. I absolutely love the smoky eye and the burgundy lip, which is really nice. Beginner friendly series with the exception of the contour, but we'll get into that in more detail. Only this time I will not be doing a voice note, I will be talking in more detail as I do it so you guys understand what I am doing. If you would like to see how I put together this look, then keep on watching the video. Thanks guys. Okay, so the first thing I'm doing is I've already done my foundation off camera. You can also use face paint if you want to add a more fuller coverage and achieve the full nature of the look. So what I'm going to do, because Angelina Jolie is known for her chiseled cheekbones, I'm going to be doing a contour, which is what I don't normally do. Now, I don't have a stick contour that I've just got, so I'm just going to use a eyeshadow brush and a powder. This is the Benefit Hoola bronzer. I'm just going to be using a small fluffy brush to map out where I want this to be. And because this is Angelina Jolie, don't worry about this being too far, because this is a Halloween look anyway, and Maleficent is one of these characters where it is acceptable to go a little bit overboard on the contour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that, and I'm going to take a darker brown from this palette here, which you've seen a lot throughout my Disney 100 series, and I'm just going to be like sketching this on top of here. Okay, so since the Benefit Hoola bronzer didn't work, I'm just going to try a different method of doing contour, and particularly this character contour. So I'm just going to be using this Kiko eyeshadow 8 Hour sticker number 5, and I'm just going to be using that to sketch out the contour that you see in the character. And in the picture that I've got in front of me, it definitely has some sort of purple hue to it. So I thought if I use a cool tone brown, I'm just going to blend that in with my finger, because at least I've got more control. And those chiseled cheekbones is pretty much Angelina Jolie's signature makeup look that she's worn in a lot of interviews and on the red carpet. And because there's a purpley hue, and I'm going to be using a eyeshadow from my Morphe Madison Beer palette that I've not touched for a while, and I'm just going to be tracing that along where I put the stick contour. And then just using this fluffy brush that I got from a set from Claire's Accessories. It's just a cheap brush. I'm just going to be just using it to buff out the contour. I might also take a shade here, this brown shade here, I don't know what the name of it is, this shade here, to try and sketch it out and make it more of a darker purple hue. It's a cheap brush. I'm just going to be just using it to buff out the contour. I might also take a shade here, this brown shade here, I don't know what the name of it is, this shade here, to try and sketch it out and make it more of a darker purple hue. Now we are going to move on to the eyes, which is my personal favourite, because this is where the look is really starting to come together. For the eyes, we're going to be using all matte shades in today's tutorial. So the first thing I'm going to take here, this is from my Visage Coffee palette, and this is by Katie Ellie. I'm going to take this ashy cool tone brown, and I'm just going to apply this as my transition to act as a stencil. And we are going a little bit underneath my tight line as well, because in the reference picture Angelina's eyeshadow is definitely set higher, so we're going to try and take that underneath and then round it off just underneath the tail of my brow. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that as a stencil, because we are going to be putting a darker brown and a purple on top of that to really smoke it out before we put the matte lid on the shadow on the lid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a mix of 3 different shades. So we're going to take a mix of, I'm going to go in with a mix of this one, and this one. I'm going to try and blend the 3 together. So I'm going to go in with this, boop, 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 boop. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to apply that around the outer part of my eye. Oh, the palette's reflecting off my face, so I'm just going to be just focusing this on the outer corner of the eye. Feel free to add any more if you want to make it a bit more smokier, but because I'm just doing a beginner friendly one, I'm just going to be showing you the little bit that I'm using today. And for the lid shade, again keeping this in matte colour, I'm going to go in with this matte cream shade here, and then using a flat packer brush to pat this on the lid. And then without dipping into any more product, I'm going to be using the first two brushes just to blend out the edges, and then the fluffy brush to marry the two colours together so that there are no harsh lines. And feel free to take it a little bit higher if you want to copy Angelina's look. Okay, the next step in this tutorial is eyeliner, and I'm only going to be focusing this on my waterline. Now, you absolutely do not have to do this on your top lash line too, but I'm just going to be doing this on my waterline just to define under here. And I'm doing this freehand, so apologies if it's a very unflattering angle. And then I'm just using a hard angle brush just to smudge that out. And I'm just taking a little bit under on my top lash line, because you do not have to do this, but this will help to blend in if you want to apply false eyelashes, and it'll help it appear more natural. And I know I'm not very good at doing the top part of my lash line, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to smudge it out into a very subtle cat eye flick, and I'm only going to be focusing this. Oh. So I spoke too soon. I know I don't like to talk when I do my eyeliner, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little bit more of that cream shade to put on that where we just got removed. Best way to learn from our mistakes, because sometimes all we need are just happy little accidents, because we are not experts. Just what you need, happy little accidents. Alright guys, and the last part of my eyes I'm going to do is mascara. I'm going to be going in with this Soap and Glory mascara, and I'm just going to be using this to coat just my top lashes. If you want to, you can also apply some spidery falsies, but I'm not going to be doing that for you today. So I'm just going to go in with 2 coats of this mascara. And the last bit that we need to do is lips. So I'm going to go for a burgundy look, because it definitely looks like Angelina is wearing some form of red. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going around the lips with my MAC Brick Lip Liner just to outdraw my Cupid's bow. And I don't normally do a Cupid's bow, so I might have to just do this little, like I'm drawing a seagull. Okay guys, so the last thing that I need to do now is lips. So I'm going to be going for a burgundy colour today. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is lining my lips using my MAC Brick Lip Liner. And then, because Angelina Jolie has got more of a Cupid's bow opposed to me having a smaller one, I'm just going to need to draw it a little bit higher, like I'm drawing a upside down seagull, before filling in with the rest of my lip. For the lips, I'm going to be going in with this classic Rimmel Kate Moss Winter Collection matte lipstick. This is in the shade 107. It's a lovely burgundy colour, very similar to the colour Russian Red by MAC, which is what Angelina Jolie wore in the film. Little fact for you there. So this will be a great drugstore friendly dupe to the lipstick that she wore in the film and what made this colour so famous. Okay guys, so I'm now going to go get changed and I will be right back with my Maleficent costume on. Ah. And there you have it guys, that's how you can achieve this easy Maleficent look from this in-depth tutorial. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for the last in my series of the Disney 100 series. I know I am really sad that this is coming to an end, but it has been a lot of fun to film. I will be starting on the Disney Song series in the beginning of November, so keep your eyes peeled for that, and also the Christmas Song series that I will be bringing back for the month of December. Be sure to hit the bell down below, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you all very soon for another video. Thanks.